and welcome to another show of Come Talk Dance with the Culture. Um, just remember to like, subscribe, and comment. If you have any questions, make sure you comment through the live comments, and we will get them asked for you today. Our next guest of the season is none other than Miss Kayla. Let's give her a warm welcome. Hey, Miss Kayla, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. We're gonna first start off with an introduction of yourself. So when you're ready.
Okay. My name is Kayla Tuck. I was Dancing Diva captain for 2018, 2019 seasons. I was a 2-year captain, and I also was co-captain 2017. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, and I go to Alabama University.
Oh, okay. What is your major?
Math. I know it's like math, but
So,
yes.
where did you get your start in Majorette?
I got it at Ramsey High School in Birmingham, Alabama. I started in 11th grade, and I've been dancing ever since then.
Wait, you started in 11th grade?
Yes. Yeah.
What made you want to start dance?
Well, okay, so I went to a predominantly white high school, so it was when I tried to try out for things, it was more difficult. And so my 10th grade year, I was finally like, well, I really want to dance and I would like to switch schools. So I applied for Ramsey and then I tried out for the team and I made it. So I was like, I guess I'm going to Ramsey.
Oh, that's good. Cause at the white schools they have prom.
Yeah. Um, uh,
Yes. So, like, how was your experience trying out for the Dancing Divas?
it was very different. My freshman year, it was a lot, but it wasn't like as many as we have now. It was about like I would say 30 of us at the most that tried out. But we had like a portion where we did a dance portion, and then we did a dance that was technique, and that was like a 2-day tryout. So it was very different from trying out in high school because I feel like it's more so like a 1-day thing versus like kind of being there all day and learning, and then you're sore, and then you have to go the next day and actually try out. So it was very different. I was very nervous and shocked that I made it, but it was it was different.
Okay, so what was your thoughts when you were told that you was going to be co-captain?
Um, being honest, I didn't want to do it. I was very nervous because I have never had a leadership role. Like I said, I started in 11th grade, so it was like I was just a member on the team. So transitioning from a member on the team to an actual leader is very different, and it has its good and bad points of views of it. So it was just something that was very new for me, and I had to kind of get used to it, kind of see what it was like before I actually um did it. But it was still difficult after that. So it was a transition for me.
So, what are your thoughts on seeing that HBCU dance is something that, um, not really HBCU dance, but more so swag dance? People are
Mhm.
taking our style and taking it to the mainstream. Like, what is your thoughts on being able to see that during your years as a
Mhm.
dancer?
It's amazing because I really got to see the transition. Like it's like being in that evolution is so amazing, but it's so weird too because it's like, oh, now people are really looking, like people are really looking at us and watching us. Versus when I first got on the team, it was big, but it wasn't like people seeing every move we make and actually being interested in it. It was more so like something that everybody just did. But now it's like more like, okay, this is actual dance. People are watching you and interpreting every move you make, and you have people that do dance reviews, and it's just it's different. It's different. I didn't see it turning into this as far as like when I first became a dancer. I really didn't see it. I don't know. I guess because I have a passion for dance, so it's more so like fun for me and something that I love to do versus it being a job. Some people it's more so like a job to them. So I feel like that's kind of where the difference comes in at. So for somebody that's more it's more like a job to them, they may see it differently than me. So
I can definitely understand that because, um, you know, social media has changed over the years. So a lot of people are in the comments, they're giving their opinions. So,
mhm.
like, for you, for somebody that's just started dance in 11th grade and going to a collegiate level, like, I know that was mind blowing for you, like, to
So,
read comments and things like that. Like, how did that make you feel um, throughout your seasons?
um, good and bad. Some things like the positive comment is really great to have the support. Is mind blowing because I personally didn't have as much as the supportive background as most people may have. So going into it and actually getting those positive comments, it's like very it's nice to have that. It's nice to have it, especially how we've transitioned over the years. It's I feel like we've been the team to have more of the negative comments, but we take those and we kind of just make it into something better. We don't, you rarely see us saying anything negative. We just take it and try to make it better. We try to make ourselves better, make it something that'll help us improve things like that. So the negative comments, it can kind of get to you sometimes, but sometimes it's more like it's okay, I mean, not everybody's gonna like you,
Trust me,
so
I understand. I definitely understand. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to create this show, so to give the fans an opportunity to see what their comments and their critiques due to
yeah,
due to the students. They don't understand that you guys are students first and dancers
mhm,
second. And so I
yeah,
wanted them to get that opportunity to, because like I didn't know that you started dancing in 11th grade. Like you looked like you had started dancing, when you was 9 or 10. So,
oh
um,
no,
you know,
yeah, thank you.
I mean, because after watching some of your videos, like it was something that, I was like, why did I see this during the season? And so, to see you dance, like you have so much energy, you have so much pizzazz, like
Thank you.
for somebody that just started, and the fans need to know this, that you don't know the background of each dancer. So
Mhm.
when
Yeah.
you say these comments and you be negative versus being constructive, you can hurt that person emotionally, physically. You can be that
Mhm.
that um that trigger that could possibly put them overboard. So I applaud you for taking in those negative comments and still persevering, because everybody can't
Mhm.
do it.
Yeah. It's really more so motivation. I know it
Yes.
sounds, but it's very it's like you just want to the more negative you see, the more you want to prove people wrong, where you're like, okay, we're good, like we may not be at the top like everybody else is right now, but what we do, we're passionate about it. Like a lot of us, and I can't knock any other team because I'm pretty sure we're not the only ones that's passionate about dance. So it's like, you know when some people comes for my passion, it's just like, well, I'm gonna do better, I'm gonna keep getting better at it.
But I also love the fact that you guys stick to your style. Like you don't never try to copy or, um, you know,
It's
y'all.
so funny you say that because that's like what we get the most. That's what people say the most.
They must
So,
look. They must say y'all try to copy the dolls.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you guys stick to your style. I love that. But they also have to realize that majority of the people that try out, they're either watching the doll style, they're either watching the sneakhead style, they're either watching the J set style, and when they
Mhm.
come to these collegiate organizations, unfortunately, the influence is already there.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Mhm.
like you're gonna have those instances where people look like they're doing that style, but at the same time,
Mhm.
you can't help it.
Yeah, and but the crazy thing is, it's like people may say we look like somebody, but once you actually get in that position and you have to do that style of dance, it's not easy.
It's
It's
not.
the transition is not easy at all. Like some of the things we do, we have trouble with it, and we're like, okay, how you did this, or how you did like it's we do some very unique things that you may not see other people doing. And I think that's what people are starting to notice more about us too. Like, okay, they're very versatile. We do like a lot of different types of style in one. The copying thing it can kind of bother me sometimes because I've spent days and nights being up till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning trying to make up something like in my mirror, like tired and have to be up in the morning. So, you know, we put a lot of ourselves into a lot of things that we do. And then we just kind of make it, okay, this is what a diva needs to look like.
So, how do you guys come up with uniform ideas and concepts? Is that a sponsored thing or is that more so a captain
Oh no, not a cat. It's more so like our sponsor, our coach, she kinda like we provide ideas and stuff like that. Like we all kind of contribute to the
yeah.
ideas and everything. And then she just kind of goes by that and then you know try to find something that's similar or create something that is really uh not really like a majorette look, like more something that's like um what's it called? Like, studio type of dance, but
Yes.
creating it into majorette,
Yeah.
versus it looking like specifically majorette.
Yeah.
So I think this is kind of where we go for. Yeah.
Yeah. That way you don't run into high school teams having the same outfits as you.
Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens, but it's
Yes.
okay. It's
But yes.
okay. That's like the funny part of uniforms. Like sometimes you can just run into that because you have those websites where they have like the traditional type of uniform that anybody can kind of get, stuff
Yeah.
like that. So sometimes you can run into it, but I mean, you know,
Yeah.
eh,
Them catalogs is something else.
yeah, yeah. They be cute sometimes. They be
Yeah,
cute.
yeah, but sometimes you have to just revamp it so you don't run into that issue. Because I
Yeah.
think I think that's what a lot of squads do. Because I've seen similar uniforms, but it
Mhm.
was it was revamped in a way.
Yeah. Look
Yeah,
different. It look like them
yeah. Because I
versus.
mean, because the collegiate teams run into that issue too.
Yeah.
Look, you better not order that uniform and wear it originally. Yeah.
Yeah. But sometimes, funds can be the issue too because getting a
Yes.
uniform is expensive.
Yes.
That's expensive. So,
I think majority of squads they're either paying like 10,000 to 15,000 per uniform, and it's
and that's
like,
a lot.
and a lot of people don't understand that concept that unfortunately HBCUs are are low on funds, so
Mm-hmm.
um
Yes.
so when they're talking about oh, that y'all look a fool in that uniform. Y'all should have did this. Y'all should wear this. Y'all should create a Beyonce uniform. But they don't realize that that's why a lot of organizations are looking for donations. Like
Yes.
it's it's
Yes.
it's 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 easy to talk about things, but are you donating to that organization? Are you submitting ideas? Are you creating uniforms to send to them, to donate to
Right.
them? Like a lot of people, they love to hear themselves talk, but they don't put any action into those words to actually
Yeah,
benefit the organization.
yeah, and that's
And
just what makes it more difficult because it's like we could the support is I feel like the support you have it should you can support in any way possible whether it's something that's positive that you're saying or whether you just donate $1 or something like it's hard and it's not even just when it comes to dance like funds in general
yes,
when you're in college it's just hard like being in school it's hard sometimes you run into problems where you're like, I got a balance on my account, and now I can't even really pay for this and pay for that. So it's even more difficult than people may, it may seem to other people. So
yes, because you guys have a lot on your plates. Do they offer you guys scholarships?
yeah, actually, our coach, she is one of the she's the main reason why we even have scholarships now. Because my freshman year, we didn't get scholarships until 2016, I believe. Um, But they used to like years before that, and then I don't know. I'm not sure what happened, but yeah, we get them now. It's
Okay.
not a lot, but it's something, you know.
Yes.
So it's basically like you're kind of getting your money back that you have to pay when you make the team.
Yes.
So it's kind
Okay. And that's awesome because a lot of people don't realize a little is better than nothing.
of yeah,
And see,
and
I
a lot of people don't realize that not every team doesn't have to pay funds. We pay to dance. Like
oh yes,
that's how much we love it. Like we literally pay, amount that some people may not have to pay. Like and people don't see that.
they don't.
We don't have it. We don't have it like a lot of teams don't have it like that. So,
So, how did you feel being announced captain? Like, how did that go? Did you get a phone call, or you know?
uh, uh, well, after my coach captain year, it was kind of like a given because I was like the only one that was pretty much ready, and all of my sisters left me, so I was kind of hurt about that one because in my freshman year, I had it was five of us, and some just didn't decide to come back. Some went back to other states that they were from and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was just me. I was like, well, okay, I have to prepare for this, mentally, physically, everything. It was overwhelming, kind of, because it's like you're responsible for a whole team. Like that's a lot. You're responsible for 15 people, including yourself. So it can be overwhelming, but it was a very different experience for me because I never been in the position. So it was like I really had to step up. I had to step up. I had to get my mind right. I had to really like get it together. I was like, okay, now all eyes are about to be on you. So, whew, oh, I'm getting tired thinking about it was a lot. It was a lot, but it has its perks. So it definitely prepared me for the real world though, because it's like I really step up more. Um, whether it's school or outside of school, I find myself like being more of a leader sometimes versus just sitting back and being like, well, okay, whatever happens, whatever happens. So it really has prepared me. It helped me grow as a person. So it's yeah, I'm really glad that I got the opportunity, especially to do it for 2 years. Like
Yeah.
I was surprised at myself. I said, "Wow, girl, you doing this again?"
Yes. Getting the opportunity to lead anytime is great.
hmm
It's a great opportunity to learn yourself as a leader as well. What works
Yeah.
and what doesn't work. Because dealing with different personalities is hard in itself.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially when you have 14. Oh, wow.
Yes.
But yeah, I some people are natural born leaders, some people aren't. I had to grow into being a leader. I was never a natural born leader. I was the quiet one. I just kind of went with the flow and everything. So I really had to grow into it. My coach really, she's really the main reason why I grew so much, why I became who I am today. Like she played a really big part. She pushed me, she motivated me, like everything from my freshman year to now. Like I'm so grateful to have her as a coach because she is the most. She's just so motivational, and she really she was like a second mom to me, honestly. So it's like I was glad that I had the caring type of coach like that instead of somebody that I feel like I can't really talk to, you know. So to have that bond with her, we all like pretty much have that bond with her. It's just it helps us even more to just be great, to be better, to want to be better, to have that type of fire in you. Like it's yeah.
Yes. She's that. She's your mom away from home.
Yes, she is. And she knows. Yes, she is.
So, one of the fans was asking, what was your favorite performance and favorite stand?
Okay, so everybody knows that every stand is my favorite. So I can't pick one. I literally say every stand is my favorite stand. And they be like, Kayla, girl, shut up. So my favorite performance is she asking for this season or like
I'm thinking we can go for each season.
okay. So 2015 my favorite performance was classic. 2016 it was classic again. And then 2017, I don't know if I really have a favorite. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm just sounding crazy, but classic. And then 2018 was I want to say like the last game probably because I got to see other people lead, and then we made up this little routine. It was really cute. To drip, I don't know if anybody's seen it, but it was a little in the maroon long sleeve. And then my freshmen, the freshmen that I brought in, they got to lead stands, and it was just amazing to see them. Like, oh my gosh, that was a cry. And then this season was the battle at Birmingham. That is my favorite. Oh my gosh, that was my favorite. When we had on the white two piece,
Yes.
loved it. I got my
So, what is your process for whenever you're creating either a routine or a stand?
um. Well, we all kind of come up. We all have like the task to come up with about a couple eight counts or so. Like for field, it may be 4 to 8 counts, and then we tweak it and then we piece it together. As far as field, and we just kind of like piece together whatever we like, whatever our coach likes, whatever we feel like can go to the song best. And for stands, we all just kind of make up whatever to show each other. And if we feel like something needs to be tweaked, we tweak it. We help each other. We may add like a 5-6 or 7-8 something. So we all like pretty much work together. Um we probably have like a couple stands that was just like, okay, yeah, this is my stand that I made up. But like majority of the time, we help each other.
Oh,
Like
okay.
we will not hesitate to do that. Like, girl, yes, you know, I didn't finish this, so here you go. Yeah, yeah.
That's good. So, um, how did you manage being a dancer as well as a student? Like, what are some things that you can give insight to incoming freshmen, like to with a time
Mhm.
management?
Okay, yeah, time management plays a huge part. You can still, live your life and everything, but it's very time consuming. You may not be able to do things that the normal student that has a lot of time in their hands be able to do. But as long as you make time for what you have to make time for, then you'll be all right. But our practices are like from they start at 4 majority of the time, and then they go on to however long we need to be there. So it's not like really like a set thing. As long as we get to a point where we're like, okay, we made good progress this day. We look good. We look good enough to dismiss things like that. Yes, but um, it's it's not the normal student life. It's not. It's not. You may get to go out all the time. You may not get to hang out with your friends a lot, but you can make time for it. As long as you make time for it, it's on you. So, but as long as you do what you're supposed to do at that time, because it's still technically a job. You're at work. So, you know, however you go about that is how you go about it during the day. Do whatever you would like, and then make sure you get practice. It's like, but yeah, for the most part, I would just say make sure you have good time management skills. Make sure you're focused. Focus on school, going to class. Like, make sure you're going to class because that will affect you. Like, once you miss one class, you don't know what's going on the next day. You're confused. You're lost.
Because
So,
they go up, they teach a lot in one day.
yes, that's those hour and 20-minute long classes. You do not want to miss that. You don't. You really don't, because you will miss a whole chapter. So, but yeah. So yeah, just good time management skills and staying focused, staying determined, and everything. So I feel like as long as you're determined to get what you have to get done, as long as you're determined to have good grades, to make sure you're dancing at the games, I feel like you'll be fine. You just have to have your head on straight.
Definitely. So, did you have a dancer that you looked up to prior to joining the Dancing Divas?
Um, I would say no. uh, oh my gosh, that's a hard question because I don't. I I feel like I never really looked up to a majorette dancer. I mostly looked up to like dancers in general, that have nothing to do with majorette style. So honestly, I'm gonna say no. But I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. I'm not knocking it
No,
or nothing.
it's nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong with that. You can look up to anybody because everybody has their favorites.
Yes.
So I just I don't think I have.
Like, who
Yeah.
is your favorite dancer in general?
In general,
Yeah.
this girl named Samantha Long. She's just a regular dancer, like a professional dancer, and she does like hip hop slash sexy slash. It seems like a bunch of styles in one, and I think that's why I like it because she's so different.
Yeah.
Like she really does different things, and she's so what's the word am I looking for? I can't find it. Oh well. Um, but she's very different. She's creative. She's a
Yes.
very creative. So
Cause
yeah,
I
I would say Samantha.
Yeah, cause I dance in general has been something that has been mainstream in the last few years,
Hmm.
with heels and like
That's
creative. And when I tell you, I love watching it because like I said, I love art, and so dance is something that I just love to see. And there are some talented people out there, very
really
talented.
a question.
Yes,
Do you dance?
for exercise. I I mean, like, it's something that I did as a for therapy,
Mm.
because I had a lot of issues, and so dance was something that got me to relax and
Mm.
not think about what's happening in the world.
Yeah. Oh, you
Yes.
touching my soul right. You touching my soul because yes, like that. Oh, that type of dancing is it just
Yes.
puts you in a whole nother world. Like
Yeah.
stress relieving. You don't think about nothing that's going on the outside. Trust me, I know. It's oh yes. Whew.
You know
I can
something
relate.
that you made me think of something because um, we as African Americans get a lot of slack for Majorette
Mhm.
because of how we dance. They contribute us to be strippers and
Yeah.
whores and all all those type of
Mhm.
things. And so like I used to always tell people, and it be black people.
Mhm.
I have to tell them that you know when Caucasians and other cultures, whenever because ballet, they show a lot of skin, but nothing is
Yeah.
said. Nothing is
Yeah.
said. And so I was like, well, how can you talk about your sisters dressing the way they dress, and it's just a dance outfit? It's a leotard. It's the same thing that the white people wear.
Right.
So what is the difference? And so you say we move our hips too much. Well, what are we supposed to do? Just put hey yeah yeah yeah. That
Right.
that that gets boring quick.
Yeah. And also our shape
Yes.
is very different from them, so it looks like more is being done, which I don't see nothing wrong with that. But
No.
um, yeah, I mean it's the shape. We're very curvy. We have a little bit more than the average, so it looks like something we're not supposed to be doing.
Yeah. It just gets.
Yeah, like okay, shut up.
But I just wish, I hope one day that how whenever the Honda the Battle of the Bands, um when they put the bands together for the
Hmm.
unity play or whatnot. I hope one day that the HBCU dancers can do that.
Yes,
Like
that would be.
because the love that you guys have, nobody really knows. Everybody thinks that you guys are all against each other, but the unity that you
Mhm.
guys have is something that you don't rarely see.
Yes,
And so that will squash all the beefs that people think that are going on. And
yeah.
so I just wish one day we can do that. Like just be one big ass unity dance.
It's funny that you say that because I did this camp last summer, and it was the HBCU dance camp,
Hmm.
and I actually got along with all the girls there, and we were just laughing. I was just like, it's so funny because people really think that we just hate each other, and they just kind of always. What I don't like is people always put us against each other, and like. Why not just make it equal and like, yes, I like how they did this, I like how they did that, instead of making everything a competition. So that's the part that kind of can be a little frustrating because, like, they are cool. They are really cool, sweet, everything. Like, I love the camp. It was amazing. It was amazing. Oh, I would suggest any like high schoolers that are watching this, I would suggest attending that camp because you get different types of you get every different style. You get something from Jay says singers, dolls, divas, champagne, foxes. Like you get some of everything. And to actually get experience that style is gonna be very beneficial because everybody's so different. And you don't want to be stuck in one style and then you try out for something else because maybe you changed your interest and now it's more difficult for you to adjust. So I would suggest attending camps and things like that because that'll be a big help. But we are not against each other. We support each other. So that's all that matters.
Definitely. And they are a great organization because they've donated to my scholarship a couple of
Mm.
times. And yeah, because I give dance scholarships as well. and this was one of the reasons why the show came about as well, because I was raising money to um, produce more scholarships for schools that don't offer dance scholarships.
And that's amazing.
Yeah.
That
So.
look, I for that. That's something that, well, one of the things that I really want to be able to do. I want to be able to just give back, especially to the divas, because there's so many things that people don't. realize that we can't have, or it's more difficult for us to do because we don't have a dance studio. We have to find places to practice. Like that's hard. Like yes,
Well,
yes, yes.
I think
So
that's not good.
it's not, but we make it work.
Yes,
Because I mean,
I mean
like I said,
you have to
we
do what
love
you
this.
gotta do.
I'd rather do that instead of looking crazy now.
Yes.
But yeah, we have like this fine arts building at our school, which I feel like we like the school and us as students, alumni, whoever, we need to work on making that better because even like when it pertains to the band, it's just something that needs to be bigger because we all struggle and it's so hard because we don't I don't think people see how difficult that can be. So it's like that's like one thing that I really want to do. I want to be able to give back and to provide things that I couldn't have because it's a struggle. It's hard. Not being able to dance in front of mirrors every day. That is hard. You can't see yourself. You can't see every little detail, everything that you're doing until you maybe can get a room or somewhere for all of us dancing, or you get home and you can finally use a mirror. So it's hard. So I don't, that's some things that people don't see, but you know,
But unfortunately, we don't put the same energy into our arts departments as we do the
yeah,
sports and the
mhm,
the football, the basketball, and they don't realize that your band and your arts could do so much more than what your football and your basketball are doing. Um,
yes,
and like just looking at different celebrities, I am great that they're giving back to these performing arts schools and whatnot, but the
mhm,
HBCUs are the ones that are struggling, and our public high
the,
schools are the ones that are struggling the most, and they don't get the help that they deserve.
yes, I definitely agree with that.
and it seems
That's why.
and it
Oh,
seems
go
like
ahead.
and it seems like we are the ones that are trying to help, and we don't even have
Yeah,
the funds.
and right. But I think it's really different because being like having the experience and being interested in something is way different from people that are not really that experienced or interested in helping out with that because they don't know they don't and you can't really blame it on them because something you don't see everything that somebody goes through. You don't understand everything that somebody goes through. So it's like it's understandable, but also like listen, we're trying to be a voice. We can be a voice to get that type of support
Yeah.
because I mean they just may not know. They may not understand the seriousness that we
Well, we do
you know
hide a lot though. We hide a lot
yeah.
of things. We don't tell people that we're struggling until, oh, we're about to go bankrupt. Oh yeah, the band
No,
is downgraded because we don't have any funds.
even in regular life, we just
Look, we don't know how to say we need help.
and
We,
I mean sometimes you
it's the
can say that.
pride.
Yeah, yep,
It's the
that's true.
pride. Like,
But sometimes when if you voice something the first time and then they don't listen, it's kind of like a that type of defeat that you can kind of feel, and it's just like, well, we got it. We're gonna be good regardless. We're gonna be fine. So I think as time progresses, as everything progresses, I think it'll get better. It's been getting better.
yes,
Um, but it's still a struggle. It's still hard.
it is. It's because we have our attention in so many different things that we can't
Hmm.
we can't just focus on one problem at a time. It's like we're
Yes.
we're focusing on 20 or 30 different problems. So it does get hard.
Yes. Yes. That's
It is.
definitely.
I mean, because like I mean, I've experienced a lot of things in this last year or two, so I definitely get it because the federal government don't care about us either. So
Yeah. All this stuff going on, honey.
like they don't care about us. So
Yeah,
it's
they don't.
like so have you guys already had your auditions already
Yeah.
for?
See. He announced the team last Thursday, I believe.
I think y'all was the only one that got an opportunity to have an audition.
Yeah, cause actually she had already been doing like a virtual audition. So oh, I'm just gonna decline it. Sorry, somebody just started calling me. Um, I forgot what we were talking about.
Your
Oh, the
auditions.
I'm so sorry. But yeah, she had been doing like a video audition, like virtual audition thing, like these past couple years. So I feel like it was easier for her to find a way to work around all this corona stuff anyway, because that was like something that she had been doing already. So it wasn't like that difficult, I guess.
Well,
So I'm
I just hope
really
this Corona stuff just move on because I need
me
my I need my football season.
exactly. I need to see the girl. I don't know. We need to see the girl.
Look, I don't care if they have to open up the world just for us to put on masks, but we want to
Yeah,
see our girls.
we gonna be at the football game with mask on, baby. Even the dance don't have their mask on.
Look, they can get them bejeweled, so they can
Yeah,
be in style.
the little custom made mask. Put these divas on it or something. That's something
Yeah.
cute. That's
But yes. So you say you from Alabama? You grew up there? You was born?
yeah, Birmingham, Alabama. Yes, sir.
Well, you know, I was born in Montgomery. Um,
Yeah.
but ended up moving to Mississippi, and you know, moved from one country place to another country place.
Yes.
But you
No,
have,
but I like Montgomery.
yeah,
My
I
mom
did.
actually had moved to Prattville,
Yeah.
so
Lived there too, Millbrook.
it sounded like my mama moving all over. Okay.
But yeah, so what are some things that you could have potentially done differently than you did as your reign as captain? Like, what is something that you wanted to implement but didn't get the chance?
Um, I know it's some things, but I know I gotta think a little. Um, I would say we were clean, but being a little bit cleaner. I feel like we could have been. I feel like I could have implemented being cleaner way better. Some things look kind of rushed, and I feel like some things I should have put a little bit more focus on to make it look cleaner as like a whole team. Um, so I feel like that's one thing that I feel like I should have put a little bit more emphasis on. Um, and let me think. Cause I just like I know it's some stuff, but um, we're gonna come back to that one.
Yes.
Cause I know it's some stuff. Cause I definitely like I'm so hard on myself. I'm so hard on myself. Like even sometimes when I watch videos, I'm like I could have hit that hard. I could have did. I don't know why I do that, but I'm
We
like
are
my biggest critique.
like you like literally everyone is their biggest critique.
Yes.
That's why when I like when people comment on things, I'm like, why you have to say that? I already told myself that.
Oh,
Look, I don't have to hear this. I don't need to hear this no more.
like okay, I'm hip. I know. Be quiet. Be quiet.
Yes. Like, so what are you planning to do with your degree?
Okay, well, actually, I finally come to the decision that after I graduate, I will be investing in myself and pursuing my dance career. Um, I've decided that I'm just gonna go for it because I really love to dance, and I don't want to just throw away that opportunity. I don't want to feel like I didn't follow my dreams. At
Yeah.
least try to go for it. So, yeah, I'm gonna follow my dreams, and if big if that doesn't work out, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna work out. I'm speaking it into existence, manifesting.
Yes.
But I also have a plan B, so I would like to teach. Um, Preferably like maybe middle school or high school, probably like ninth grade at the highest, because yeah, I already look young enough, and they're gonna be like, my teacher is 13 years old. So I'm just gonna yeah, I really would like to teach. I really would like to teach, or go for like something in the STEM field as a job, but teaching is like something that I feel like I would be way more comfortable in,
Yeah.
because I know how hard it is, especially being a STEM major. I know how hard it is to understand, because we have so many foreign teachers. We don't have a lot of African American teachers to where we can relate, where they can explain better to get us to understand. So it's like, I know that feeling. So I just want to be able to be that to somebody else, because the struggle is real. It's really real.
So one question from one of our fans says, "What's the backstory behind the disc stingette that was done at MCC?"
Why did that have to be a question? Oh my lord. Okay. It's it wasn't nothing personal. My phone dying. Hold on. But basically, we just wanted to do something different, I guess. Um, Something that nobody really ever did. Um, so it was just for fun. It was just for fun, something real cute. So it was like, why not? My coach was just like, yeah, we need to do a disc stand. I was like, um, okay. I was a little nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, we really gonna do this? I was like, we really gonna do this? She was like, yes. I was like, okay,
Look,
all right.
it's just like when sororities diss other sororities. I mean, it's nothing personal.
Hmm.
It's just
Yeah,
a little jab out of love, sisterly
just a
love.
little, to spice things up,
Yes.
That's it. We just wanted to give a little show. We wanted to make it entertainment. It's classic. Come on,
Yes.
like,
Look.
classic is the biggest week of every game ever.
Yes.
Like, the memes that I see,
Yes.
I be dying laughing. I'm not even gonna lie, they be funny. But
Those
yeah, it was just,
they are literally you guys arch enemies.
yeah, like for no reason, but we love each other, and that's the funny part.
Yes.
It's so funny. But what was I gonna say? I just figure out what I was to say. Oh, I had actually, like, prior to that, I had actually seen, I can't remember if it was a doll or thing that their tail did, like a little tail did.
Yeah.
It was cute. I just don't remember what team it was, but it was cute. I thought it was funny. But yeah, so it's, yeah, basically it's just a little, something to spice things up. And oh, the backlash we got after, oh baby. The backlash was insane. It was funny. It was like half and half. Some people liked it, some people hated it. It was funny. It was funny. Because some people was like, yes, give the stick as a run. And then some people was like, really? Y'all look sloppy. I was like, and
uh,
Twitter was out of control, because somebody had actually posted a video on Twitter.
oh,
Oh my goodness. It literally went viral. I was like, oh my goodness. And they were coming for me. I was like, well, sorry. I love to dance. I don't know what you want me to say. So yeah, that's what that was. Nothing personal. We just thought it would be cute.
yes.
So
So, what is a typical game day for you guys? Like when do you guys start preparing? I know some squads 2, 3 in the morning sometimes. for an
Oh,
event?
oh, okay. Yeah, it depends on where the game is. If it's a home game, it's like if the game starts at 2, we get to like where we meet up like around maybe 12, and then we start marching over at like 1. So like we literally sit in the stands for an hour before the game. Yes, we march over really early. But yeah, that's for like home games. So it just depends. Like we will meet up like probably like 2 hours prior to march over an hour before, and then we're already there and everything before the game starts. And then for away games, if it's like really far, yeah, we'll probably meet up at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I want to say like the earliest we've ever met up is probably 2. I want to say because travel wise, you have to get there beforehand. Sometimes we have to get ready on the bus. You have to do your makeup on the bus, get dressed on the bus. Listen,
Look, the only time
you
look the only
know,
time y'all go to a hotel room is after the
yes. Look, the
fact.
anxiety be built up. Okay, I hope my makeup look good. I hope I look good. Okay, it can be kind of overwhelming sometimes. Then if you're not ready, you got to get off the bus and you got to put an eyelash on. You like, I ain't got my eyelashes on. So
Wow.
it can be crazy sometimes, but it's like it really creates memories though. That's the good part because it's like, y'all remember when I forgot this and we had to get off the bus and we had to run up here and like sometimes we got left. So it could be challenging. Like I know one time I can't remember, I think it was a parade or something. We literally had to run like to get up to the front because we were so behind. It was hilarious. So yeah, it
So
just depends.
one of the fans was asking, what was some of your favorite moments during your captain years?
Um, my favorite moments. Uh, I don't wanna be like, I don't wanna sound like a head a word, but I just but I just really like I like games. I just really like just performing in general. Um, I really love performing. So it was like anytime we had to perform, I was ready. I was up and ready to go. If she sent out a message and said, "Hey, y'all got to perform in tomorrow," I'm gonna be ready to perform tomorrow. Like, so it's like performing and like bonding with them. Um, because the bonds is like what really touched me the most, to be able to be comfortable around each other, to be able to laugh and have fun, and not making it feel so stressful all the time. That's like that's probably the top moment to me, honestly. Just the bonding time, to be around each other. Cause I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I didn't want to leave practice because I just wanted to be around them because I love them.
Yes. I know that all too
So
well.
yes, like I love them. I'm really gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it. I mean, I'm still be around, but it's just it's a different feeling when you're actually doing it, and like kind of being on the outside looking in. But yeah, being around the girls and just just us just having a good time. It's just, yeah, that's the best moment.
Yeah. Because
Getting
with
to know each other
because
too.
without the bonding, it wouldn't look as polished as it did. Because
Mm-mm. Nope.
because even it because you can love dance all you want, but if you don't have that relationship, people are going to be able to tell through the dance
Mm-hmm.
because
Yes.
you're gonna be
The
rebellious.
vibes.
You're gonna be
Yes. And you
rebellious.
can you can just feel the vibe in the video. Like you could just look at somebody's face and be like, "Oh, she don't like her." But sometimes it's not true though. Sometimes people take it out of context. But yes, like the
because
the fun is the most important thing.
because unfortunately only you guys know what happened. Like we can only speculate
Yes.
because
Mhm.
something could have potentially been said, and we sometimes have our feelings on our face.
Yeah. Oh, listen. And they don't go away. Be having a whole attitude in the stands. Don't want to catch none. Just like I'm gonna catch it how I want to. I'm gonna catch it when I want to. But yes, like that's the most important thing to actually have a connection with each other. And cause if you're in the back and you just love seeing your captain dance, you're like, oh yes, she did that. I'm gonna eat it up too. So I
Why didn't the Divas ever participate in the HBCU dance affairs? I do know for a fact that you guys have to be invited first.
yeah.
So if you were invited, would you participate?
If I was invited, yes, I would have participated. It looked fun.
It did.
I was like, oh, I wanted to do it. But I don't know if anybody contacted anybody about it. Nobody personally contacted me, so I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, if we were invited, I would have been like, oh yeah, that looks, that would have been a good, that was a good way to for exposure too. That was
Yes,
really good.
it was.
That was
It really was.
amazing. Cause yeah, and the girls that were invited, they did a great job. Everybody looked amazing. It was, yeah.
They had a
I would
lot
have
of
been.
fun.
They looked like they did. I would have been turned too. I wanted to be turned.
Yes. So,
Yes, but that was, yeah.
so is there any potential camps that you look to host in the future?
Um, I want to do one, but like that looks like that comes with a lot of planning, a lot of preparation. You got to have people, behind you backing you up. You got to have participants. So
You
I
have to.
would love to do one. I would love to do one, but I know that's gonna take a minute. Give me a minute.
Look, it's gonna take about 6 months to prepare.
Give me a little time. But yes, it does look fun. It looks
Yeah.
like, and it's just so beneficial for the girls, like the high schoolers. Like that's very beneficial. I see why they do those,
Yes.
because you can, first of all, you get to meet dancers. Like what? Yes, I would love to.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You become their first influence
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
it's a exposure technique. It's a recruiting technique.
Mhm.
It's something that because a lot of the you guys are like miniature celebrities in a sense. I'm
Uh,
I'm just being
it's
honest
so weird to me. That's just so weird.
because
It's so weird because.
you just like your favorite dancer were to you, you are to younger girls, and
That's true. That's a
although
way to look at it.
you didn't sign up to be role models, but you are role models because
Mhm.
you're being watched on social media. You're being watched
Yeah.
personal lives. So you have to be mindful of the things that you do because you
Thank you. Yep.
unfortunately you
Mhm.
represent the organization even though
Yeah. You gotta protect the brand. You gotta
so
protect the brand. You gotta put the brand before anything.
yes.
Honestly. And that's a really big thing to me. You really have to be mindful of what you decide to do, especially in the positions that you're put in, especially in the like a leadership position. You really have to be mindful, because the wrong move, like you're an inspiration to somebody. If they're looking up to you and they see something that you're doing, 9 times out of 10 they're probably gonna kind of want to do it too, or they're gonna think it's okay because you're doing it. So I try to make sure I'm not doing nothing I'm supposed to do. I mean, yeah, we're all grown. You can do what you want to do, but as far as like putting it out there on social media, you really have to be careful with stuff like that. So that's one of the really big things that my coach implements too. Like make sure, because you at the end of the day, you have to protect the brand. You are a brand. So she makes sure she be on that.
Look.
Make sure you're looking presentable at all times. So yeah.
Mhm. So I want to thank you again. um, I I do want to apologize to the fans because we were a little late. We just had some technical
Oh yeah,
difficulties. But
my bad.
but we got everything right. I mean, this what happens when you decide you want to go live. Everything
Look,
happens.
really, it was my fault. I'm so sorry,
No,
y'all.
no, you're good. You're good. You know, I wasn't gonna tell them it was your fault.
Look, it was the mic. It was the mic.
But
I swear.
I want to thank you because I want to thank all of the guests because you guys don't have to do it, and because you guys do, like, we really appreciate it. Um, your hard work that you guys have been doing, it's not going unnoticed. And I just wanted to keep tell you that keep doing what you're doing because it is motivating the youth. Um,
Hmm.
each guest, I ask them a question. What is something that you would tell an incoming freshman that didn't have the experience of dance that all the other girls have? Like,
Hmm.
and what's something that you would tell them that will motivate them to continue to dance and to continue to try out, even if they don't make it the first time, try out again.
Yes. Um. Okay. So, excuse me. With my experience, I know I wasn't that much experienced either. So as a freshman, I would say just stay positive, keep a positive attitude because I promise you, a positive attitude is gonna get you so far. It really is because some people can see past not being as best as the next person doing something because of the positivity that you have, the potential. Like the potential is something that a lot of that actually my coach she looks at that a lot, especially like your attitude and how you go about things. So I would say just keep working at it because there's no such thing as can't or impossible. You can do it. You can get that technique. You just have to stay motivated. You have to stay determined. You have to keep pushing for it because my technique was not that good. I promise you. I struggled with double pirouettes. Like I really struggled. I struggled with technique. But one thing that I would suggest is if you struggle at technique, watch videos of like people doing technique because it'll really help you, or take a couple of ballet classes. I took some ballet classes my sophomore year, and that boosted like a lot. That helped so much. Um, I wasn't as hesitant doing things because the more you think about something, the more shaky you're gonna kind of look. So I would suggest kind of getting that experience in technique because technique has really become played a big part in a lot of teams now. You really have to have that technical aspect when you dance versus just um being a stand dancer because sometimes people don't really look at stands. In tryouts, you might not do stands. You might do strictly technique. So that's one of the big things that I would suggest working on. Um, making sure you look performance ready. Making sure if you want to try out, I would suggest making sure your makeup looks done, your hair is done, you look presentable. Now, I'm not saying put on a full face and get your makeup done, but just look like something, look like you're ready to play, ready for something like that. So that for the most part, I think that's about it. I just say stay motivated, really. Like you have to encourage yourself because you can't always depend on somebody to tell you do this, do that. So make sure you encourage yourself. Um and I would say that's it for the most part. If I might be forgetting something. But yes, like just make sure you have a positive attitude.
Yes. And I just want to add that build that muscle memory because
Mhm.
don't just do it once or twice a day. Like keep at it because
Yes.
if you don't keep at it, you're gonna lose it and it's not gonna be retained
Consistent.
because
Yes, stay consistent.
because on a collegiate team you don't have time to learn things as like
Mhm.
you have a week.
Yes,
Literally
no,
a
literally.
week.
Like band camp might get you right a little bit, but after band camp, that's it. After band camp, you're going straight into the season. Now you have to be on it. Like
Look,
you
or you
have to
gonna
be
get
on.
cut.
But I will say it can be difficult sometimes. My personal experience, I didn't dance for the first three performances my freshman year. So don't let that deter you from actually the main goal, because the main goal is always going to be, well, I want to make sure I dance, I want to make sure I look good. Do things for yourself. Do not
Yes.
do it for anybody. Do it for yourself. As long as you are comfortable, you are happy, you're ready, then do that. But if you don't feel like you're ready, don't try to jump into something too soon, because you will overwhelm yourself. So just be take your time. Take your time. Don't stress yourself out. Um, so I would definitely suggest that, because I'm not, nobody's perfect. Nobody goes in being perfect. Always remember that. Everybody needs work. Everybody needs work. Everybody has to grow. Every single person. Every person that you have seen on any type of dance team, any captain you've seen, that is nothing but hard work. So as long as you put in the hard work that you need to put in, you will be at the top. You will be where you want to be. I promise you. So I just really, I honestly feel like positivity is the only thing that's really gonna get you there. As long as you
Yes.
stay positive.
So I just have one. I have a statement to tell you, and then I have a question.
Okay.
One of the fans, Gihanna Bridges, said she just wanted to tell you that she's proud of you. The divas were everything during your reign. So we just wanted to give you that. And
Thank
then
you.
doing your statement a few minutes ago, I thought of another question. And so the question is, have that been a time where you guys had practice and everything was I wouldn't don't want to say perfect, but it was
Mhm,
to the liking of of both the captain and the sponsor, and
mhm.
then on game day there was mishaps.
Yes. 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 I mean that happens. That happens. Oh my gosh. I will never forget. I will never forget. 2016, I believe. We had a battle and then we had a game the next day. We just knew. We was like, oh yeah, this is, we finna eat. Yeah, we good. We're confident, everything. The battle came. The battle was everything. I don't know if anybody has if anybody remembers it, but we battled against Prairie View in the gym. That's when Tamara was captain, and well, she was leading. And so yeah, that was like that performance was everything. We came out like, oh yeah, we did that. The next day was game day, and it was a struggle. It was a struggle. We got in so much trouble after it. We was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this just happened. We just did so good at the battle, and then the game came around. What happened? So, so it does happen sometimes. Because sometimes like nerves can get to you, because like you're comfortable around each other, so you're gonna perform well, especially with that energy. But sometimes you get game day, and you may not feel as confident. Confidence is a really big thing.
Yes.
But you may not feel as confident, and so it can kind of throw you off the game a little bit, just a
Yeah.
little. But as long as you whoop, get it back together, oop, like, hold on, wait a minute,
Yeah.
let me get my life back together, then you'll be fine. But I think that confidence like plays a really big part, because if you're like not comfortable with doing something, then it can affect your performance.
Yeah. Cause you're
But
second guessing yourself.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
and that can beat you up.
Yeah.
That can beat you up. Just go in and just do it. Just like, okay, I'm just do it. So
Because the reason why I was bringing that up is because, you see in the comments saying, I know they saw this at the practice. Why did they continue to do it? But,
but and then people don't think about, it's different, because when you game day, you might look a little sloppy because your adrenaline like
yes.
it's pumping. So you excited. When you get really excited when you dance, you might look a little sloppy.
Yes.
And I ain't saying that's okay, but the excitement can kind of have you like, oh, like you thinking you got a million things going on in your head at a minute, and you just get so excited. So I know I've done that a few times because when I start dancing and I hear that music in the
I mean, it's nothing like dancing behind a band.
back, yeah, oh, child,
It's nothing like dancing behind a band, like or dancing in front of the band.
in
As
front,
I
and I'm over here like, yes,
I mean, that's a awesome experience though,
yes,
and
oh,
most people don't get that when you're dancing in front of the band, like it's nothing like when you're at home dancing to music, like
yes, or
dancing.
dancing in front of
Yeah,
the mirror.
yeah, like but when you're dancing live, it's a different experience. I don't care how experienced you
Mhm.
are, you gonna freeze up sometimes.
Mhm. That's a lot of eyes on you. And then you see a video and you like, oh, this probably finna go somewhere, Lord. Let me make sure I'm doing what I gotta do. So it
And then you have look. Then you're worrying about the comments. Oh God, I can't fuck this up.
yeah, this can't get out there.
Because you know, once it out there, it's out there.
It's out there. And ain't nothing you can do about it. So
Nothing.
so yeah, but that's funny. That's funny.
Okay, so we're gonna end this session, this episode.
Oh,
Um,
I'm not even ready to go.
I know, but stay on because after this we're gonna talk.
Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. And thank everybody. Just remember to like, comment, and share.
Thank you everyone for watching and thank you for having me.
You're welcome.